So we're just over halfway through January, and let's talk about what exactly has been happening in the Toronto real estate market. Let's talk about some tips for buyers, some tips for sellers, and how things have just been going in general. I'm Michael Ouzas. I'm a realtor in the Greater Toronto Area. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think's been happening in the January market so far. If you ever want to book in a call with me or connect, you can click on that first link in the description down below. So I want to make this video to discuss what I've been seeing while working with buyers and the conversations I've been having with sellers looking to list their property. Being a stats nerd, I love to watch stats and data, and it's something that I track on my own every single week. I want to know exactly what's been happening from a listing perspective, what things have been selling for, and what things have been sitting on the market. So let's start with buyers. And if you're a buyer right now, the first tip I would recommend is to get your ducks in a row. And what I mean by that is have all your finances ready and connect with a mortgage specialist or mortgage broker so that you can have your pre-approval all set. And that way, if you do find something you like, you're ready to make that move and you've already navigated the ins and outs of the finances. The second thing to understand is that not every property is just sitting there for all of time. We have seen multiple offers pick up in the last week or so. And while I'm not saying that every single property is collecting offers and getting a ton of offers on them, I have seen a few hit that double-digit mark, and I even saw a couple with 30 offers. Keep in mind, those properties were priced for bidding wars and probably significantly less than the true value of them. I thought that's something important to mention because as you're going into the shopping process, there are certain pockets and certain housing types that are getting a ton of action. So just something to keep in mind as you move forward into the buying process. Something else to keep in mind is that right now we've been noticing that the properties that are not super done up or highly renovated seem to be sitting on the market a little bit longer. So if you're open to doing renovations, painting some walls, looking past the house in the state that it's currently in and what it could be. Remember, you're buying the canvas. Just something to keep in mind as you move forward in the buying process, that the properties that are not looking 10 out of 10 right now seem to be on the market much longer. The last bonus I'll leave you with is to be patient. You can go out there, you can take a look at multiple properties, you can take your time navigating and going to see different layouts and different homes. Now let's flip over to the sellers. If you're a seller in today's market, here are your 3 keys on how to get top dollar for your property. I'd say your 3 keys right now, if you're a seller, are product, price, and presentation. When it comes to product, think about if there's ways to maximize the potential of your property. So maybe just painting the walls to more of a neutral color, decluttering a little bit, bringing in some staging, or even fixing that leaky faucet that you've just let slide for the last 2 years might be something worthwhile to do before going to market. When it comes to pricing, that price that your neighbor got back in February 2022 is most likely not the same price you will achieve today. I think it's important to know that going in, and the market hasn't shifted. The market is totally changed. It's a very different landscape, and it's really important to think about that when it comes time to pricing your property. Now, there's different ways you can price your property, whether you're pricing for multiple offers or you're pricing at market value. Just make sure that you understand the pros and cons of each strategy that you decide on. The last one I'll talk about is presentation, and I can't stress this one enough. I'm a big believer in going all in for all listings. The reason I say that is I want every single property to look its absolute best to the public. And right now, what if I gave you this stat? Over 90% of buyers start their search online. And what that means is your photos, your video, your presence on social media, any kind of 3D tours, any kind of floor plans. Just make sure that if your property does go online, that you take a look at it from an objective view. And if you were a buyer, what would you think of how it looks online? So I hope those keys will help you in today's current market and what we've been seeing here in January. As listings are slowly starting to pick up, I did think we'd have a little bit more inventory right now, but still, I think more stuff is coming, or I hope more stuff is coming for my buyers who are out there looking. If you're a seller and you bought your home even 2 years ago or more, you could still have a pretty good equity built up in your home and achieve a pretty good price even in today's market if you're considering to make that next move. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below on if there's anything I missed or any tips that you would have for other buyers or other sellers in today's market. I'm Michael Ouzas. Thanks for watching.